Good morning and welcome into the Lifeline Morning Show. I'm Stephen. Thanks so much for hanging out with me. You know, I love getting your day started off on the right foot. And to help with that, I use an inspiring quote. Today's comes to you from Henry Drummond. You're like, Henry Drummond, who is he? Well, he was a Scottish evangelist, biologist, writer, lecturer, and he had a pretty cool grasp on this particular topic. And I love it. So let me share it with you now. To love abundantly is to live abundantly, and to love forever is to live forever. Wow, I love the sentiment behind that, because what are we called to do? We're called to love. Why? Well, because He first loved us. That's right, God first loved us, and now we get to share that love. We get to love others. What a way to be connected to our Heavenly Father. He loves, and we love. And let's just be honest, there's a lot of love to go around. I mean, just think about your favorite people, how much they mean to you. It's amazing, isn't it? That you can love somebody so much. Maybe it's your kids. Doesn't matter what they do. Doesn't matter how bad they mess up. You still love them because they're still your babies. Maybe it's your spouse. Yeah, they do those weird, quirky things that sometimes annoy you, but yet somehow you keep loving them anyway. Isn't it amazing? But I love it. I want to read it one more time. To love abundantly is to live abundantly, and to love forever is to live forever. Wow. Think about that throughout your day. See if it doesn't put a smile on your face, and let it remind you to share a little extra love with all those people around you. Sound good? I'll take the challenge with you. Here's Toby Mac with Nothing Sweeter.
I've been uptown, I've been downtown, in the spotlight, I've been broke down, I've seen so much, might not know much, but there ain't nothing sweeter than His love.
Well, I see a familiar pin on my streaming map. Joel Modis is with us again down in Palm Coast, Florida, after spending some time with his daughter at Disney. So glad, Joel, you're back with us. Thanks so much for hanging out. And I see you too, Melissa, over in Woodville, Texas. Thank you for being here as well. And our friends over in Helsinki, Finland are on board. Wow, you know what? I would love to hear from each and every one of you, no matter how you're listening. Would you mind texting me this morning? Let me know how things are going. Maybe even tell me your favorite song so I can play it for you. Yeah, tell me your name, where you're listening from at the same time, and I'll shout you out properly here on the radio. 256-967-0885. Again, 256-967-0885 is the number to text. Thanks.
All the things that I've held dear, the vanities that whispered in my ear, what would I do if they all disappeared?
If you want to be successful at something, figure out all the things that you have to do when no one's watching and do them better than anybody else. You're one decision away from a different life, and you need to push through all the excuses and all the feelings and start taking action.
68 degrees right now in Arab, 69 in Boaz, and pucker up, Buttercup, because all three of you are getting wet ones right on the smacker. Huntsville, Scottsboro, Albertville, here you go. You're kissing that 70-degree mark right now. Nice and mild out there. Hey, it's a little foggy too, so make sure to drive just a little slower. I was having some problems coming down the mountain this morning because of all that fog. So don't be in any big rush, okay? Just be safe out there on the roadways. And thanks for hanging out with me here on the Lifeline Morning Show. Now let me tell you about your word of life. Today from 2 Timothy chapter 4, verse 7, in the New Living Translation of the Bible. I have fought the good fight. I have finished the race, and I have remained faithful. Wow. You know what? I want that to be said by me at the end of my race. When I have remained faithful and I have fought the good fight. How about you? Yeah? Maybe you messed up a little bit. You know what? I think we all have. But what does He help us do? Get right back up and keep moving forward and keep on the same journey. That's right. So we can say at the end, I have fought the good fight. I have finished the race, and I have remained faithful because of your mercy, because of your grace, Father. Wow. Think about that for a second. Now, tell somebody else about that faith that you have. Tell somebody else about what that scripture means to you. It's an amazing way to share your faith and to help somebody else know just a little bit more about, well, the creator of the universe. We make it really easy for you to share that word of life too. Got it for you in photo and video form across our socials. Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, X, or Twitter, and TikTok. And it's always at the top of our website, 885jfm.com.
You're gonna be okay.
So I've been taking a little bit of the advice that I've been sharing right here on the show. You see, a while back, we heard from Mel Robbins, who was talking about getting everything done during your day. That way, today's mess doesn't catch you tomorrow. You're not having to deal with it tomorrow. Everything's taken care of today. And so I have been trying to do that. And let me tell you that I have found that it is refreshing. Seriously. Because there's so many times where I use the same dishes, right, to make breakfast in the morning for myself. Well, I would wait, and then I'd leave, like I do grits in the morning, so I'd put that pot in the sink, put water in it, and just stay there all day long. And I wouldn't sometimes wash it until the next day, right before I had to make breakfast again. And it was just dragging me down. It was taking too long. It was making me almost late for work. So I started trying to tackle everything during the day of. And so before I go to bed, I'll go in there, and if the dishes aren't done, well, I go ahead, I fill up that sink with some soapy water, and I knock them out. And let me tell you, it has been a game changer, and that's something as simple as dishes. But there are so many other things that we can do today to set us up for a brighter tomorrow. Hey, let's talk about one more of those. I'll share it with you right after this. It's Rebecca St. James and For King and Country. Oh, her brothers, by the way. Yeah, they're all family with Kingdom Come right here on the Lifeline Morning Show. But there's one thing you can do today to set you up for a bright tomorrow. I'll tell you what it is.
Blessed are the poor in spirit, who long for you, long for you.
Write it out and make it plain is actually a life hack for good sleep. What do I mean? Well, here's what you can do today to make sure you are set up for a brighter tomorrow. Make a short list tonight before you go to bed of your to-dos for tomorrow. Yeah, it's actually linked to better sleep. Why? Well, because the way our brains work. In fact, they did a little test, and they took these two groups of people and said, okay, we want you to take 5 minutes right before you go to bed. And for group A, we want you to write down all the things that you accomplished today, all the things that you saw, that you got done, that you were proficient at, and write those down. Okay, group B, we want you to write down the things that you have to tackle tomorrow. Go ahead and write down your to-do list right now. And you know, those who actually wrote down their to-do list fell asleep 9 minutes faster than the people who wrote down all the stuff they achieved that day. Why is that? Well, it's because our brains function at higher efficiency when things are kind of mapped out, when we have a plan, so that our brain can stop thinking about the plan and relax a little bit because, hey, it's already been thought of. It's not going to wake you up in the middle of the night saying, oh, did I do this? How many times has that happened to you? Quite often, right? Yeah. Well, you know, you've got to be careful with this because it has to be a short list. In fact, they asked a time management expert about this, and she actually tells her clients to do this, but write a short list. If you've got 6 hours of meetings the next day and you're trying to write down a list of all the things that you need to ask, the things you need to do, the topics you need to cover, well, that becomes a brain dump and it can actually hinder your sleep. So instead, pick out the 3 major things that you have to do tomorrow and write them down specifically. Just 3. The 3 most important. And that will help you fall asleep and help you stay asleep and be less stressed about tomorrow. Wow. And the science has proven it. So, hey, why don't you give it a try? I think I'm going to give this a try too because it's been late when I'm going to sleep. It's just been rough. Here's Dan Bremnes.
No one loves me like you do. You know what's in my heart, but you keep running for me. No one moves me like you do, like a wave upon the shore. You keep washing over me.
This is is one of my favorite songs right now because it's just got that summer feel, that groove to it that makes you want to move a little bit, but the truth in the lyrics, oh my. Listen to these words.
I've been wasting way too much of my time, living up in my mind, trying to do it all right, spinning my wheels, thinking that there's something I could do to be more loved by you.
And this song right here goes out to the Right Reverend Larry Walls. He'd like to hear Kane and the Commission. Thank you, sir, for reaching out to me over on the text. Hey, I'd love to hear from you, too. Why don't you text me? 256-967-0885.
See my hands and look at my feet. It's okay if it's hard to believe.
I went to Walmart the other day. They have all kinds of varieties of different cereals, and I saw some of my faves there. Golden Grams, Cinnamon Toast Crunch. How about, those Lucky Charms? And Cookie Crisp. How is that cereal? That can't be nutritious. It's just chocolate chip cookies and milk, right? But, ooh, it's delicious. What kind of cereal did you have this morning? Let's sing about it, shall we?
Yeah. I need some Fruit Loops, maybe some Lucky Charms. Never can have too much. Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
There is one cereal I've never understood. Grape nuts. Grapes don't have nuts, and those things are awful. They'll crack your teeth. Ugh. But now that we're all sugared up from the cereal, I think maybe we need to do a happy dance.
Hey, you in the corner shaking in those boots. You know what to do. You got the shaking vibe, but the feel won't do. We always say that we have unspeakable joy. So let our feet do all the talking when our words fall short.
Say it with me in 3, 2, 1. Give me the horn. All right, now let's crank that engine and let's start that music so I can say, hey everybody, it's time to play the Carline competition. It's your opportunity to call in and win some gift cards, but you gotta answer my questions to do it. And we've got not 1, not 2, but 3 gift cards to give away. 1 to keep, 2 to give away, actually. Yeah, the Caring Heart Thrift Store in Arab, to Gunnersville Chick-fil-A, and to Albertville Home Bakery. So, you ready to play my game? Well, let's get to it. Here is question number 1 of today's Carline competition. Let's go to math class, shall we? A little geometry does the trick. What type of triangle has 2 equal angles? Is it a right angle, an equilateral, an isosceles, or a scalene? 256-505-0885 is the number to call. Again, what type of triangle has 2 equal angles? Is it a right angle, an equilateral, an isosceles, or a scalene? 256-505-0885 is the number to call. And while I wait on your call, how about some music for King and Country, Unsung Hero? Again, the number to call, 256-505-0885. Looking forward to hearing from you.
Once upon a time, you were 25, walking up the aisle. You made the promise of your life.
Where are all my mathletes at? Come on, no calls at all on this question? Are you kidding me? Well, I'm going to take one of these options off the board. And by the way, there are 2 right answers out of these options. I'm not taking away one of the right answers either. So you're going to have a pretty good percentage going for you of getting the right one, even if you just guess. So I'm taking right angle triangle off the board. So here's your question with the modified answers. What type of triangle has 2 equal angles? Is it an equilateral, an isosceles, or a scalene triangle? Again, there are 2 right answers here, so you got some pretty good odds. 256-505-0885 is the number to call. What type of triangle has 2 equal angles? Is it an equilateral, an isosceles, or a scalene triangle? Let me know, and you could win 3 gift cards, 1 to keep and 2 to give away. Looking forward to hearing from you. 256-505-0885.
I know you're tired, I see it in your eyes.
88.5 JFM, good morning.
Hey, this is Joel Modis. I was just wondering if anybody has answered your question about the triangles.
Not yet. You're the bravest one so far, Joel.
Yeah, I thought I'd just give you a call just to help you out here because I heard nobody else had
Right.
called, so
Crickets.
I'm here to save you.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I need a lifeline myself this morning. All right. So, Joel, what type of triangle has two equal angles? Is it an equilateral, an isosceles, or a scalene?
So are you talking about they're all equal or
Not-
just two equal?
Well, that's it. That's why there are two correct answers here, because if they're all equal, then they are what?
It's an equalateral, but
Right.
then there's two and three.
You got it right. Equilateral is one of the correct answers. Isosceles is the one with just two of the equal angles. Yeah, but
Yeah, 'cause
isosceles.
those would be like 45 each.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And that would be the right angle triangle.
Well, yeah.
It would be 90, 40. Yeah.
Yeah,
So really all your answers probably right.
so there we go. Well, congratulations to you. 3 gift cards, sir.
Well, you know what? Since I can't use them here in Palm Coast, either roll them over or give them to like local law enforcement
I got you.
or the emergency responders or whoever.
Okay.
Some of the folks that serve the community.
We can do that for sure. Put some smiles on some people's faces, Joel. Hey, how was Disney?
Well, it was really good. The crowds were a little bit down because a lot of the folks are back in school.
Yeah.
But I tell you what, the folks from England are over here. They know when our kids go back to school, and this is their window to be here before their school in England kicks up in September. So the English folks are here in droves.
Wow. So you heard a lot of English accents out there then.
Oh yeah, it was really good. Yeah.
That's funny. All right.
Yeah,
well,
we had a good day at Epcot yesterday too. That was really great.
oh, good. And really quality time spent with your daughter, right?
My daughter Bethany, she's a nurse down in Birmingham, and her husband is currently in school to be a nurse anesthetist.
Cool.
So they're just going for it. I'm telling you, proud of those kids.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Always good to hear from you, Joel. Thank you so much for calling in.
Hey, thanks, Stephen. Hey, you have a blessed day. Love your station.
You too. Thank you, sir. I really appreciate it.
Take care.
All right. Bye.
Bye-bye.
And there they go, out the door to some first responders. Joel Modest, thank you so much for calling me this morning. Always good to hear from you. Glad y'all had a good time at Disney. We were just thinking about that last night. It's like, wouldn't it be cool to go to Disney around winter time? Never been during that time of the year. So, yeah, I might have to make that happen. Got to save some money, right? Well, hey, I got a second question here. I wonder if you have what it takes to win. So here we go. Here is your question. All right. Vasovagal syncope is the medical term for which human occurrence? Is it blinking, fainting, coughing, or sleeping? 256-505-0885 is the number to call. Again, vasovagal syncope is the medical term for which human occurrence? Blinking, fainting, coughing, or sleeping? 256-505-0885. I've got my caller. Wow, y'all are quick this morning. Let me hit this song and I'll get that answer. See if we can give away some gift cards. It's Stephen Stanley and Whatever It Takes right here on the Lifeline Morning Show on your 88.5 JFM, making your day better.
It's hard for me to believe.
88.5 JFM, good morning.
How are you?
Hey, Bud Williams, what's going on, man? I'm doing good.
Nothing much.
All right. Hey, I hear Sam in the background. It sounds like one happy bird.
Yeah.
Very cool. Well, hey, got a question for you. It could land you 3 gift cards, and here it is. All right. So, vasovagal syncope is the medical term for which human occurrence? Is it, is it blinking, fainting, coughing, or sleeping?
Is it fainting?
It is fainting. Congratulations, Bud Williams.
I want to start that train rolling.
Oh, man, we could do that. Yes, sir. I hear it in the background. All right. Hey, you want to shout somebody out? It's been a while since we heard from you.
My brother, Rayford.
Rayford. All right. What do you like about that brother of yours?
All the time doing stuff together and going places.
All right, man. Sounds like a blast. Sounds like you've got a pretty nice brother there. Thanks for calling in, Bud. It's always good to hear from you. All right.
Thank you.
Have a good one. And that's how it's done. Oh, my goodness. So, he just got that train rolling through here. So that means that tomorrow morning, when we start the car line competition, somebody's going to stand the chance of winning 6 gift cards. Is it going to be you? I sure hope so, but we'll have to wait till then to find out. But don't worry, I got one more chance for you to win something today. Coming up at 8 o'clock, your chance to win a family 4-pack of water park passes, either to Point Mallard or to Alabama Adventure Splash Adventure. Your choice, coming up with Riddle Me This at the top of the 8 o'clock hour. So be listening for that as well. Just trying to help you have a good time. End this summer off with a bang. Have some good family time together. And it won't cost you a whole lot because it's 4 tickets. It's a lot of fun to be had. So looking forward to that. Plus, I've got a special guest in studio. Actually, she's a little early today. She's here with me, going to be talking with us about Singled Out over at Liberty Church. Chastity is here to talk about it. So I love this whole slogan she's got. Remember, Jesus was single too. I think she just needs to say it in that microphone. What was it again, Chastity?
Remember, Jesus was single too.
That's good stuff. All right, so stick around for that. We're going to be live here on the radio, and we'll have it up on Facebook and over on YouTube, and we're going to have some fun. So stick around, and we'll talk about Singled Out, okay? All right, but for now, how about some, Newsboys. Live with Abandon right here, right now on the Lifeline Morning Show on your 88.5 JFM, making your day better.
Chasing after this world makes me tired.
88.5 JFM, the Lifeline Morning Show. I'm Steven. Thanks so much for hanging out with me. You know, every now and then I get this opportunity to bring some amazing people into the studio. Just so happens I have one of those amazing people in here right now. We're talking with the Chastity Harville. She's the singles minister over at Liberty Church, and we're talking about this event called Singled Out. Good morning to you. How are you?
I'm great, Stephen. It's always so good to see you and be here with all the beautiful people at JFM.
Oh, thank you so much for carving out some time for us. Now, let's talk a little bit about this thing called Singled Out, because this is one of the only singles ministries that I know of here in our area. Tell us a little bit about the ministry and about this upcoming event.
Right. That's the thing is, to my knowledge, we are the only singles ministry in Marshall County, Alabama. Now, if there is another one out there, please holler at your girl. Let me know. I'd like to work with you and partner with you. But here's what I would like for everyone to do is imagine what you pray about the most. Whether it's, for your children, a breakthrough, financially, a healing, whatever it is that you pray for the most. And then imagine that whenever you come to church, the majority of the lessons are geared towards how to be godly when you get what you pray for. That's what it's like being single. So the majority of the lessons are geared towards marrieds and families. And there should be, because there are more marrieds with families, and everybody of every stage of life needs to be ministered to, right?
Right.
But the average church has 25 to 30% of their adults who are single, who are left out of that group. And so then that gives the enemy room to attack, where it's like, okay, what's wrong with you? Why can God not find somebody? This world has billions of people, and God can't find one person who wants to sit by you. What's wrong with you? Everyone else here that's godly is married. There's not somebody for you. And don't ever ask the enemy what's wrong with me, because he'll provide you with a list really quick. That's why this singles ministry is important, because this gives a space for us to talk about those real issues that not everyone thinks about. I mean, and why would you, Stephen? You've been married how many years?
Oh, wow. You put me on the spot. How long has it been? 18? Something like that?
Right. So you're not thinking about this time in your singles life any more than I don't really reflect on my days in middle school, right?
Right.
So, but the problem is the enemy can come in and use that to create division. And that's why the singles group is so important. The singles ministry is so important, because that's where we're encouraging them where they are. We're talking about how to thrive in your singleness, how to find your identity in Christ, how to find your worth in Christ, and not let it be tied to what another man or woman thinks about you.
Yeah.
It's just a really powerful thing that the Lord is doing. What else excites me about the group is that half of the people in the group don't even go to Liberty Church. They go to all different churches. So I am very intentional to stay away from doctrine, I don't really care if you speak in tongues and prophesy or not. Now, Jesus is Lord. I'm not coming up off that one. But that aside, I don't care where you go to church.
I love it. Yeah.
I just care that you're there. I'm going to love you when you walk through the door as you are. I want to encourage you and help you to thrive in this season of life.
That's good. That's important because, like you said, so many times everything is geared toward those people who are already married. They already have a family. But if you're looking for that, it can really be a lonely time because everything's geared toward them. And then you're like feeling less than because you just don't have your other half. It's like, hey, just half here. I'm looking for my other half. But you guys are really helping in looking for your other half with this singled out event. So tell us a little bit about how this came to be.
Right. This I've got to give credit where credit's due. Pastor Keith Hodges, as much as I pick on him all the time, I love joking on him and playing jokes on him. But that man is so anointed and so brilliant. I'm so thankful for him and his leadership. This was actually his idea, and we were talking about how to grow this ministry. You know, how to reach more people and get the word out more. And he asked, "Well, what do you think about have it where every guy has 3 minutes to talk with every girl?" And my response right away was like, are you, I was like, well, I think it's cool, but I'm already fighting against this image in the community where people think I'm Noah pairing people off 2 by 2, like, I don't know what people think I do all night.
Wow.
And I'm like, that's not really going to help my image to show that I'm not being Noah. Isn't it funny how the enemy can immediately put thoughts in your head and make it all about you when it's not even about you? It's about the ministry and what God wants to do. But
right.
Pastor Keith's response was, you're not Noah. We know you're not Noah. We're not going to focus on what other people think. We're going to give this opportunity to the singles. And he went further to share that, yes, the point of the group is helping you to find your identity in Christ and finding your worth and your value in Christ, and that God's your most important relationship, and all of that is the heartbeat of the ministry. And at the same time, if there is a need there are people who's looking to meet other godly singles, and he's like, why not give them that opportunity? And I've reflected on that conversation so many times since then and was like, you know what, he's right. Why am I shying away from it or fighting against it? Give people that opportunity. Give people that opportunity to talk to someone of the opposite sex. Even if if the guy doesn't find his rib there at Singled Out, you're going to get some good practice time in, and you're going to make some good friendships, but at least you have the opportunity. So I'm just really thankful for the leadership providing this opportunity to the community at large.
Yeah, it's amazing stuff, and it's a chance to get to know these people, get to know one another, but there's also dancing. What's going on with that? How cool is that?
Yes, so we've got our own DJ that's coming, Owen. He's going to do a great job. I can't wait. After the event is over with, or after the main part of the event is over with, we're going to go ride it. We're going to have some dinner. We're going to eat well, and we're going to dance. And it's perfect because it's the night before Labor Day, so a lot of people are off work the next day. So I'm just looking forward to we're having a good time. I mean, I believe God's about fun. How many festivals did he say to have, back in the day? So
this is true. Yeah. Yes.
So we're going to keep that tradition going. We're going to have a party.
Awesome.
And it's going to be great. And I think it's so important to have it in this godly setting because you can have fun while being a Christian single.
Right. You can. Now, I know that it's September 1st, which is my birthday, by the way, which is so cool.
Happy early birthday.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
But the registration time, though, it's coming up pretty soon. So people need to get involved with this. Need to go ahead and sign up, right?
They need to go ahead and sign up. The deadline to register is August 27th. We have to make sure we buy enough food and everything for you. LibertyChurchCampuses.com is where you go to register. And when you just go to sign out, select the Singled Out. If you have any questions, 256-931-HOPE. That is our church office phone number. You are more than welcome to call between anytime business hours, Tuesday through Fridays.
Awesome. You think they'll be doing the Cupid Shuffle? They'll be going on the dance floor?
Oh, I know we're doing the Cupid Shuffle. I requested specifically, we're going to do the Cupid Shuffle. We're going to do the cha-cha slide.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. We
Sounds good.
we may do electric slide. I don't know. We're
It's
gonna have
electric.
to. Oh, absolutely.
I've been to so many wedding receptions. It's unreal. And all these songs get played, and they are so much fun. And it's going to be fun there that night.
Oh, absolutely. I can't wait to see what the Lord does, and I can't wait to see the laughs and the friendships that come from it. That's something that's so powerful about the ministry is when I see these friendships form of people who normally might not meet.
Yeah.
And then you scrolling through Facebook and you see them hanging out and going out. That's what it's really about, building that relationship, building that community in the body of Christ.
That is awesome. Chastity, thank you so much for telling us more about this. I think it's an amazing ministry, very much needed in our community. And like you said, if there are other singles ministries out there who want to network with you guys, how do they get in touch with you?
They can call the church office, 931-HOPE. I mean, I thought about giving out my number, but I'm like, do I really want to
Be careful with that.
Just between us.
I got you. So 931-HOPE is how to get a hold of you. Just ask for Chastity or ask something about the singles ministry, and they'll get them over to you, right?
They will take a message, and
Cool.
I'll call them back. Yes.
Very good. All right. Anything else we need to touch on before we end it?
No, thank you so much for having me. And remember, Jesus was single too.
Oh, you got to do the other viral little comment too. That people were stopping you in Walmart. Oh, what was that again?
Yes, you never know when a catchphrase will catch on. So the last singles conference, when we recorded the promo, and one of the lines I had was, "And you never know who you'll meet." Wink, wink. I couldn't get through Walmart without hearing aisles over. Wink, wink.
That's great. Well, people are listening, so we're getting the word out there. Hey, this is on the socials and on radio. So all of you listening this morning just on radio, do us a favor. Go on over to our socials. Go to Facebook or to YouTube, the station account, and share this with as many people as possible. We want to pack this place out and get a lot of Christian singles together. Who knows what might happen in the future? Some people might meet their significant other at this very event. So could you help us with that? We greatly appreciate it. All right, Chastity, thank you so much again.
Thank you, Stephen. Have a great day.
You too. Now, here is the number one song in the nation. It's Torrin Wells and Take It All Back, right here on the Lifeline Morning Show.
Fears got me living with the lights out.
Fancy seeing you here. It's around 8 o'clock on a weekday morning during the summer. That can only mean one thing. It's time to riddle me this. So, do you have the answer for my riddle? What gets bigger the more you take away? 256-505-0885 is the number to call. Yeah, what gets bigger the more you take away? 256-505-0885. Now, if you feel like it's too hard of a riddle, don't worry. I am your phone a friend. I can get you to the right answer. But you got to call 256-505-0885. And you could win a family 4-pack of water park passes to the water park of your choice. There is my caller. All right, stay on the phone line with me while I start this next song, and I'll see if you can riddle me this. But let's play some Kane with I'm So Blessed. I'm so blessed. Hallelujah. 88.5 JFM. Good morning.
Morning.
Hey, how's it going?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing all right. Who am I talking to?
Charles.
All right, Charles. What you up to today?
Just about to get some work done.
All right. What kind of work we talking about?
Logistics.
Logistics. Ooh, that sounds pretty intellectual. Where do you work?
I work for a company out of Atlanta called Container Port.
Container Port. Very cool. All right. Well, thank you for letting us know a little bit about what you do. Now, we're going to test your knowledge. We're going to see if you can riddle me this. And here we go. What gets bigger the more you take away?
I'm going to say a hole.
I'm going to say you're correct. Congratulations.
All right.
A family 4-pack
Awesome.
of water park passes to you. But the question is, where would you like to go? Point Mallard or maybe to Alabama Adventure Splash Adventure?
Point Mallard.
Point Mallard. We can do that. All right, Charles. I'm so glad you called me this morning. So what's your last name?
Cat, C-A-T-T.
C-A-T-T. Cool. And what's your address?
Mount Olive.
Mount Olive, Alabama?
Yes, sir. Yep.
Cool. I don't think I've ever heard of Mount Olive, Alabama before. Thank you so much for calling. Hey, how did you find us?
We listen to you every time we come up to North Alabama to visit family.
Oh, nice. So y'all are visiting now? Or
Yeah, we are.
cool. All right, then. Well, thank you so much for making us a part of your day. Hey, do you ever stream us, I wonder, back home?
No, we haven't, but we probably should.
Yeah, check it out. Just go to our website, 885jfm.com, click that on now button, and press play. And we can keep you company all day long. Charles, thanks again for calling, man.
All right, thank you. Have a great day.
All right, you too. Bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, so Mount Olive, Alabama, not too far from Gardendale, and not too far from Brookside, Alabama, just north of Birmingham. So, hey, I learned something new today. That's where Mount Olive is. And I checked out where he works. Looks like they do a lot of shipping. Container port. That's pretty cool stuff. Hey, I love learning more about you because, honestly, you're the reason why I'm here in the first place. So thanks again, Charles, for calling. And you know what? I've got another opportunity for somebody to win a family 4-pack of water park passes coming up tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock. So you'll definitely want to be here and call in and try to riddle me this. And maybe you'll be taking the family too. It'll be a lot of fun. All right, more great music headed your way. How about some Chandler Moore with Todd Galberth and Good News right here, right now on the Lifeline on your 88.5 JFM. And yes, we would love if you would stream us. Just keep us in the background all day long. Whenever you need a little hit of encouragement or inspiration, just turn that volume up and we'll be there for you. Sound good?
There's a lot of talk going around town. I hear a lot of people running their mouths. Every word like an anchor just bringing them down, down, down. Yeah.
Oftentimes, I'm not really watching social media more than listening to social media. I just kind of have my phone beside me and just be listening. And then, if something I like, well, I'll just stick around. Maybe I'll double tap the screen and like it and heart it so I can save it for later. Maybe even share it with you here on the radio. And if it's something I don't like, I just keep scrolling. But every now and then, something grabs my attention just out of the blue. And this one did it. But first, I got to play you the inspiration for the song. This takes me all the way back to my childhood, which was quite a long time ago. Whew. And I wonder if maybe you remember this song right here from a TV show.
Butterfly in the sky, I can go twice as high. Take a look, it's in a book, a reading rainbow.
I used to love that show. LeVar Burton, he would read the stories. It was always a lot of fun, right? So that song lives in my brain like rent-free all the time. Every now and then, whenever I see a rainbow or a butterfly, that particular song just pops up, and I usually just start singing it. But you know what? There are some very gifted people in this world. Kaya is one of them, and she's all over the socials with her music. It's just her guitar. And guess what? Somebody challenged her to sing the Reading Rainbow theme song, and oh my goodness, did she do a good job. I want you to hear it. Here, take a listen to this.
Butterfly in the sky, I can go twice as high. Take a look, it's in a book, a reading rainbow. I can go anywhere, friends to know and ways to grow, a reading rainbow. I can be anything. Take a look, it's in a book, a reading rainbow. Reading rainbow.
It's getting quite a few plays over on the socials. I think it's warranted because she did such a great such a great job because of that great voice that she has. In fact, one commenter said this, I think I just fell in love with your voice. It is rather pretty, isn't it? Oh, other people saying, Corey said, this made my adult career. And somebody else asking, hey, are these covers on Spotify yet? So she's actually working on it. So we'll see if maybe Kaya is going to start putting some of her stuff up there. But come on, that's just amazing. And it took me by surprise. So I just had to share it with you. Maybe it put a smile on your face. Maybe it took you back to your childhood, or maybe back to when your kid was a child. For those of you on up in years, hey, thank you for being here. I'm glad that we have all kinds of people listening in all areas of life. From somebody driving a trash truck. Bradley, I hope you're doing well, by the way, sir. It's always good to talk with you, and I hope to hear from you soon. To somebody working in logistics for truckers, making sure that stuff gets where it needs to go. To somebody working on the arsenal who is like making big decisions as far as space and our defense. Thank you for being here. It's just amazing. And for you, working at the chicken plant. making sure we all have something to eat. I know sometimes that the conditions can be less than ideal, but you're just chugging through. You are making it happen. You're putting a roof over your family's head. And I think it's amazing that we can all come together because of our faith from whatever walk of life that we're in. And we can all just be part of this one big happy family. And we're here for each other. And it's not always happy, not all the time. There's some sad things that happen. There's some times when we feel down. We need to encourage each other. So, hey, I'm glad that we are that family for each other. Thank you for being here. It really means a lot. All right. I got some weather and some word of life to get to. And, well, we'll have some more great music on here, too. So stick around. Oh, and Danielle's going to help us with that Brandon Lake song. Yeah, That's Who I Praise. Ooh, this is like the last day of that, by the way. So you definitely want to be here coming up at 8:30. I'm sorry. I've had some technical difficulties for the podcast. You see, my files got, it's weird. I was copying and about to paste, and my program, it just crashed. And so what I had copied did not paste after all the program came back up. So I'm going to try to put in the clips from the show for you. It's not the entirety, but it's something. I had to hear from Danielle about that song, and I've got quite the tearjerker coming up too. So here's Danielle. Again, I'm so sorry for the inconvenience. I was so hoping to have the whole show on the podcast today.
We have been walking through Brandon Lake's viral TikTok song, This Is Who I Praise, this week, and today we're talking about the Walls of Jericho, and we're doing it from the beach. It is wild, it is windy, it's about to storm, but I love it so much. So you can read the story of the Walls of Jericho in Joshua 6, but God gives Joshua very specific instructions that probably didn't make any sense. And I think that is very applicable to us, because God is going to give us instructions, ask us to obey, or send us into struggles where we're going to doubt. We're going to be like, why am I going through this? Why did you put me through this? What is the purpose? When is it going to end? Why are you not making this clear? Like, I just don't get it. And I don't think that we're supposed to get it. I think we're supposed to walk in obedience, and we're supposed to fix our eyes on a God who is 7,000 million bazillion times bigger than anything we could ever go through. And we need to put our faith in God instead of focusing on our struggles, which I know is so hard. This week I was encouraged in my daily morning devotional time. I was reading Psalms, and the last 5 Psalms are all about praise. And so if you're in a storm, or you're in a struggle, or you're in a situation that you're like, I don't get this, I don't know why you're putting me through this, read the last 5 Psalms. I promise you that they will change your mindset from why and doubts and fears and anxieties and just not getting it, to having such a faith in God who is huge, who is a creator, who is holy, who is majestic, who has created the ocean, but has power over it. We serve a huge God who created giant seagulls. I don't know for what purpose, but I'm sure there's a purpose. God is so good, and we need to fix our eyes on him all of the time. So read Joshua 6, read the last 5 Psalms, and I thought we were done, but our one more line is all about Jesus. So that's the best part of the song. I'll see you tomorrow.
I would like to read you a story, if that's okay. Here, take a listen to this. It was clear that the kid across the aisle from me was flying alone, maybe visiting her grandparents or being shuttled from one divorced parent to the other. When the flight attendant comes to take my drink orders, I ask if I might have 2 of their little bottles of water. I'm a weightlifter and a pretty big guy. The attendant nods, then without missing a beat, the kid gets a mischievous grin on her face and pipes up, "And I'll have 2 Cokes, please." The row behind her on the plane cracks up. The flight attendant glances back at me and quips, "See what you started?" The kid beams. The airline had set her alone in the row. I guess I can understand why, but it's a long flight for a kid alone. She's singing a catchy little tune to herself, and so when the drinks are delivered, I decide to make conversation, asking her what she's singing. "Oh, that? Well, Grandma's always surprised when I visit by plane. You know how far you can come and how fast? I don't think they had many planes when she was little. I mean, seriously, they had a horse. Anyway, Grandma would tell me that she'd think of me from time to time and say to herself, 'I wonder where you are. I wonder where you're going.' Then she'd always add, 'Someplace important, I'm sure.' I made it into a song for us. I love my grandma." Right now, I'm on my way to Grandma's house, and I'm just singing that song to myself and thinking the same about her. I wonder where you are. I wonder where you're going. That's all. Wow, I say. That's really sweet. So is it just you and Grandma, or is your mom or dad coming out later? Oh, everyone will be there, and Mom's been out for 2 weeks already making arrangements. Arrangements? For Grandma's funeral. Boom. It was like being hit in the gut. In retrospect, maybe I should have seen it coming. A huge frog takes up residence in my throat, and I realize she's been singing, "I wonder where you are," about her grandma who's gone. Seeing my distress, she reaches across the aisle to pat me on the arm. "Don't feel sad," she says. "Grandma lived a really long and happy life. At the end, she was getting pretty tired." I just nod, unable to speak. We land and say our goodbyes as a stewardess hurries back to get her. A little girl with a brave smile waving goodbye to a 6'4", 259-pound brute, trying desperately not to cry, like, well, a little girl. Away she goes, full of life and courage, singing her little song. Sometimes when I see a family at the supermarket or ice cream stand, I'll think of that kid and start humming her song. I wonder where you are. I wonder where you're going. Someplace important, I'm sure. And now, a guy I've been following for over a year. His name is Brian Trent. He's the pastor of Lighthouse Church in Hampton, South Carolina. He and his family always post amazing content, and he's got a little something for us today. I just love the way that he's able to show us something from the Gospels in a new perspective, maybe that we've never seen before. And if you'd like to follow him for yourself, just type in Trent Tribe wherever you do your socials.
So what if the fire that was meant to destroy you ends up being the thing that makes you stronger than you ever have been before? Can I encourage you? Because in the Old Testament book of Daniel chapter 3, it tells the story that you know about the 3 Hebrew children that were thrown into this fiery furnace. It was Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah. You may know them as Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, but that was not their Hebrew names. And the king, King Nebuchadnezzar, was so mad at them because they wouldn't do what he said that he had this furnace heated up hotter than it ever had been before and had all 3 of them thrown in. But the king had a reservation for 3, but they had a reservation for 4 that the king didn't know about. You see, because they went to check on them, they said, "We threw 3 in, but there's a 4th one in the fire. And the 4th one walking around looks like the Son of God." You see, they didn't survive that fire because of their own goodness. They didn't survive the fire because of what denomination they were a part of. They survived the fire because of the one that was in the fire with them. You see, because when Jesus comes into the fire, the very thing that was meant to harm us, the thing that was meant to destroy us, will be the thing that actually makes us stronger than we ever have been before. Because when Jesus comes in and delivers you from the hell that you feel like you're in, it changes everything. Worship changes, church changes, everything changes. Our relationship with God is on a whole new level, because I can assure you those 3 Hebrew children were never the same after they came out of that fire. Because the fire changed them, not destroyed them, because of the one that was in the fire with them. Love you.
Well, I just heard from one of our listeners. Says, I have a granddaughter. Her name is Alyssa. She's 13 years old. Alyssa's never been able to walk or talk. I heard this amazing song from Matthew West I absolutely love. It reminds me of what God can do for Alyssa. Could you please play it for me? It's by Matthew West. Here you go. It's Walking Miracles right here on the Lifeline.
Let me tell you about William. He's been fighting battles since day one. The doctor said his life was over, yeah, before it had begun. They said he'd never walk, but now he walks. They said he'd never talk, but now he talks. I guess you could say he's a living, breathing, walking miracle.
Well, the time has come for me to bid you adieu, but before I do, I'd like to share with you an inspiring quote. In fact, some might say it's the most inspiring quote of the day. And this one is kind of deep, and I'm going to take it in a different direction than I did at the beginning of the show. All right, so here it is. To love abundantly is to live abundantly, and to love forever is to live forever. I focused on the first part at the beginning of the show. To love abundantly is to live abundantly, talking about how many people we have around us that we do love, and how we should give them a little extra love today. We should appreciate and value them. But now I want to talk about the second part, and to love forever is to live forever. Let's talk about that big word, forever. Whenever I hear that word, I'm taken back to The Sandlot. One of the kids is describing forever. But you know what? It takes me back to a scripture as well. John 14, 1-3 in the Amplified translation of the Bible. So if it comes across a little loud, it's because it's amplified. In my Father's house are many dwelling places. If it were not so, I would have told you, because I'm going there to prepare a place for you. And if I go and prepare a place for you, I'll come back again and I'll take you to myself, so that where I am, you may be also. Think about that for a second. Forever means when this race is run, when this fight is fought and we win, well, we get to be with him forever. We get to share that love because he first loved us. And that excites me. Does that excite you? I sure hope it does. Hey, that's the faith that we're talking about today. That's the reason why you're listening to this radio station, is because you know this music is going to give you some hope. It's going to give you some encouragement, some inspiration, remind you a little bit about your faith, about what's coming, about how God is always with you all the time. He'll never leave you or forsake you. And I just want to remind you, it's a forever kind of thing. So I think we can embrace this quote. I want to read it for you one more time. To love abundantly is to live abundantly, and to love forever is to live forever. I'll see you right back here tomorrow from 6 to 10 for another Lifeline Morning Show. I can't wait. I hope you have a wonderful day. Come back and let's hang out again tomorrow.